Hi, this is Amour. Today I'm going to show you how to make this winter chunky hat. It's worked with chunky yarn, so it works up really quickly and it has a bit of a knit look to it. And it also has this cute little fluffy pom-pom at the top. Okay, let's get started. Here are the materials you'll need. So this is what you're going to do. Chain 2. Okay, and in the very first chain made, you're going to insert yarn over and come out. Okay, you're going to yarn over and come out again. And then you're going to yarn over and come out through both loops. Okay, and we have just created our first SC stitch. So next you're going to go into this bottom loop right here. So you're going to go into the very bottom. And then you're gonna come back out. You're gonna loop over and come back out through the first one. You're gonna come out through both. Okay, so now that's our second one made. So we want to keep doing that until we have 21 stitches across. Okay, I just finished my first row. I should have 21 single crochet stitches. So if you look at it, it's going to look like this. If you look at the top, if you count, you should have 21 single crochet stitches across. For row 2, we're going to start off by doing 2 chains. 1, 2. Okay, and then go ahead and flip it the other direction because we're going to work it this way now. Okay, so here what you want to do is in this next chain, you could insert, yarn over and come out, and for our very first single crochet stitch, you're going to go underneath, yarn over, and come out through both loops. So it's like you're doing a slip stitch right here. So we want to do slip stitch across, but it's a bit of a different stitch because what you actually do is you want to go into the same stitch that you're in first. So you're going to insert hook here, yarn over and come out, and then you're going to go in through the next stitch, yarn over and come out, and then you're going to pull out through both. Okay, so now we have our first stitch here and our second stitch, and you're gonna do the same thing, but you want to go in through the stitch you're at first, yarn over and come out, go in through the next stitch, yarn over and come out, and go ahead and pull out through both loops, and you'll do that same stitch all the way across until you'll have 21 stitches. For row 3, we want to do 21 double crochet stitches across. So what you're going to do is go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then go ahead and turn it around so we can work the other way. So here we're going to count the 5th stitch from the hook. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and normally what we would do is we would want to do a double crochet stitch into this stitch right here, but what we actually want to do is go into this middle loop right here. So if we look at our stitches, there's the V stitch here, and then there's actually a middle loop right here, and then right below that is another V stitch. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the one right behind it. So we're gonna yarn over, and we're gonna go into this loop right here, yarn over and come back out, yarn over and come out through 2 loops, yarn over and come out through both loops. Okay, so this 3 chain counts as our first double crochet stitch, and here's our second one. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and work our double crochet stitches right again in the middle row here. So if you look in the front, you'll see the the braid looking stitch, and then it's just going to be the one right behind it. So it's like in between both of these two. Okay, let's go ahead and work it up in those loops right here. Okay, so go ahead. Okay, this is how it looks like after you finish row 3, and now we want to go ahead and count and make sure we still have 21 stitches. And the way you want to count here is actually count the DC stitches this way, so that way you don't get confused. If you count from here, it's easy to get confused, but let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we have 21 double crochet stitches. Okay, so I just want to show you the stitches here. So if you look at the front, you see this sort of slip stitch look over here. And then if you look in the back, you should also have the same mirrored effect where you should have the slip stitch right. So for the rest of the hat, you will repeat rows 2 and 3 over again. So it's gonna go the slip stitch over here, and then you're gonna do your double crochet stitches, and then sort of the slip stitch, and then double crochet stitches. You want to work up your fabric to be about 21 inches long. Okay, when you do that, for me, not counting this SC foundation row, I ended up having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 DC rows right there. Okay, let's take a closer look at our fabric. Okay, if you look at this side, we have the slip stitches right here. Okay, and if you look on the back side, you'll have them as well, but it's a bit smaller than the other side. So actually what we want is, we want the one that looks bigger, we want that to be the front side of our hat. So then what you're going to do, you want to have it on the side that's bigger. Okay, and then we are going to fold it in half. Okay, and then we want to sew in the seam here at the top. Okay, so what you're going to do is just attach both of them with SC stitches. So what you're going to do is chain 1, and then you're just going to go through both fabrics so that you close in the seam. So you're going to go in here, and when you do that, you join it with 21 SC across. So go ahead and match up the stitches and just join them in later. Okay, so now what you're going to do, now that we've sewed in this part, you want to turn it inside out so that we have the proper way facing outward, the one with the bigger braids facing outward. So I just turned it inside out. Now what you want to do is, you want to make a long tail, like long enough so it can go around this hat right here. So I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, and then go get your yarn needle and go ahead and thread it. Okay, and what we want to do is, we want to close up the top of this hat. And the way we do it is, we're going to create a running stitch at the top of here. So it's kind of like a drawstring that later you're going to pull in closed. So we're going to go ahead and sew through this section here, the top. And you just go in and out through every other stitch. Just want to leave a tail long enough so I can pull it closed. And then you just go in and out through the stitches. So and I've met to the other end. When what you're going to do is think of it as a drawstring bag that you want to pull in tight. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these two strings until it gathers the top closed. Okay, don't worry about these extra threads that we're going to sew in. So you want to close it as tight as you can. Okay, and once you do, just go ahead and secure it by tying a knot. Okay, and don't worry too much about how the top looks because we're going to cover the top with a pom-pom anyway, so it doesn't have to look too neat. Okay, so I just secured it twice. And then what you want to do is just go ahead and sew in the ends to make it look a bit more neater. Okay, here's my hat, and here's a large pom-pom I made for it. I think it's about 4 to 5 inches large, and I'll try to have a tutorial for this pom-pom as well. Okay, so what you want to do is create the brim here. Just gonna fold it up. Okay, and then the pom-pom will go at the top. So what you're going to do is just the tail end of the pom-pom, you're just going to go and secure it to the top of your hat. There you have it. Here's your chunky hat all set for winter. Thank you for watching. This is Amour. If you found this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you and happy crocheting!